Another day, another thrumbo, am I right? It's back to the grind at our little colony. So I had an idea this morning, and it's a good one if I do say so myself. Have you noticed how much food goes to waste because it doesn't last long enough? It's like, hello, we have electricity now. Can we get like a fridge or something? I mean, talking about inefficiency. We're basically forced to overproduce just to have fresh food available. It's a total time waste. So I had this game-changing idea, like having a fridge room. And not just any fridge room, but one that's conveniently located right next to the kitchen. So you can just walk in, out, simple as that. Plus, I found the perfect little spot in the mountain that's just begging to be used for that purpose. It's like it was made for being a fridge room. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to tackle that pesky fire hazard in the northern wall. I'm talking a full-on granite upgrade. Say goodbye to worrying about random forest fires. It's all under control now. Now we got a little bit of a situation here. One of the prisoners I took in for a quest offered to be re-socialized by me, which would definitely violate the terms of the quest. And I'm supposed to only keep them safe and secure, plus he got chemical interest, which on the long run might not be worth it, especially considering all of his other skills. I mean, if he had insane stats, I might consider it, but right now it's not worth the trouble. I've started giving the colonists the task of shaping the mountain wall outside of the house. The plan is to build a dedicated religious room, and in this case our religion calls it the Great Kitchen. Having a dedicated room means better quality of our religious rituals and also keeps the bloodstains of the executions only in one room, and I call this a win-win situation. I've got a few irons in the fire with these building projects now, and I might have to be a little bit patient, especially since my colonists need to make more granite stones to fit the demand. But I did put down some wooden walls for the Great Kitchen just to get a rough idea how it might look. On another note, Randy decided to send us a gift in form of a mad doe attacking us, but lucky for us, we have got 2 entrances that are trapped now, so I'm not too worried. Sure enough, it ran straight into the spike trap. And that's what happens when your food comes to you. Things are coming along nicely with the walls for my new walk-in freezer. I've also instructed my mining colonists to start removing parts of the mountain walls to create space for the room. And just as I was celebrating this progress, a royal tribute collector and a shaman trader arrived almost simultaneously. Unfortunately, I don't have any gold for tributes, but I do have some silver to spend on the shaman trader. My main hope is that I can get some psycho drug for the will. It might be my last chance to bring him out of this drug coma. We don't have good enough planters yet, and even if we had them now, it would take way too long to grow it. Unfortunately, the trader did not have the right drugs for will, so we all know what that means. I had to sell the dinosaur that self-tamed last time, and sell all the ambrosia, and bought a pair of alpacas for wool and meat instead. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more weird, a wild woman, you know, like one of those humans who choose to live like animals in the wild, wandered into my trap area. I decided to arrest her. She doesn't have the best stats, she's a waster, means she also needs psychoids, but she might be a good way to improve the colonist execution skills. I don't have enough people in my religion to do this right now, so keeping her just in case might be a good thing. Always better being prepared, right? While all of this is going on, my colonists have been working hard and have turned the future Great Kitchen into an enclosed room and started hauling out the boulders that were laying on the ground from removing the wall. Since there are no windows in Rimworld, giving them a torch as a light source makes them work faster, and that's pretty much crucial for the future. On another note, somebody apparently forgot to hold the silver. Whoopsie. The mining is going a bit slower than I would like to, so I've decided to manually tell Victor to remove specific parts of the wall to speed things up. So good news, the traders from earlier decided to leave me a gift, which is much needed because clothing is an issue with my people right now. And then Maria returned from her quest helping the Shattered Empire, and the first thing she did when coming back was throwing a party for everyone celebrating to be home again. I have to say, Maria was the replacement for Tabitha, but she's doing a great job keeping the mood of the colony up during everything. However, just as the party ended, Chili and Maria both started fighting over something. Maybe Chili, who's now the main doctor, just needs some training tending wounds, and so he just makes himself some wounds. And while those two work out their issues, I finally picked the floor for the Great Kitchen. I want to get it done quickly, so what it is. But who knows, I might move this room somewhere else once we get more settlers and we need more room. As I was checking on Maria's health tab, I noticed that she was actually missing a leg. Must have been lost in one of the recent battles, so I thought why not give Chili more extra training and make her a peg leg. It's not pretty, but it's better than nothing. Chili was all over it like white on rice. You could tell he has been eyeing that leg stump for weeks now and couldn't wait to fix it up for her. The surgery went successful and Maria can now walk a little bit faster again. Then the shuttle arrived to take away the 2 prisoners that I was supposed to keep safe for a few weeks. It came sooner than I expected it, but it also means that I now have some extra space in our prison cells. The colonist quickly grabbed the 2, threw them into the shuttle, eager for them to leave. Unfortunately, as the shuttle arrived, the thing we wanted to avoid happened and Will passed away due not having psychos for 60 days. It is sad, but in a way it brings closure to the situation since he really hated the drug he was addicted to. The prisoners finally said goodbye and we got a new recruit, Ivy, to join our ranks, and lo and behold, she is one of us.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
This means we can finally get someone to be the sous chef of our religion to start recruiting people. But of course, Randy had to make it complicated, because the 3rd person in our religion, friends are snacks, apparently has all the social skills of a rock. I mean, really, Randy? You couldn't have found someone with at least a little bit of social skill? Nope. Randy just loves to see us suffer. But hey, a sous chef is better than no sous chef at all, so the job goes to Victor. He may not be able to convince people that our religion is cooler than the others, but he can at least help us unlock a few more rituals. Baby steps, people, baby steps. With the religion set, we can now move all the furniture and artifacts over to the great new kitchen. Next, we'll try out the conversion ritual in the great kitchen. It would be amazing to turn Maria to our religion, but I think her belief in the current religion is pretty strong and Victor isn't exactly a smooth talker. But we'll give it a shot. And to our surprise, the conversion was successfully. She's not fully convinced, but she lost a big chunk of her belief, so it looks like we don't need a silver-tongued devil to make it happen. That's really promising. The walk-in freezer is now far enough along that we can start building shelves in it. This will help us use the space as efficient as possible. Who knew that shelves could be linked together and inherit the settings of the original shelf? I sure did not know when I first played, so I set everything up manually, shelf by shelf, for a few hours, and I felt like a little dum-dum when I learned that it was actually just 1 click. When Tiny pops out of nowhere with a resocialization offer, I almost forgot she existed. I mean, let's be real, she's kind of a hot mess. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and with no researcher, I decided to give it a shot. I mean, who knows what could have happened before she falls into a coma and kicks the bucket. And let's be real, I'm pretty desperate at the time. Then Victor decides to throw a harmony jubilee, and I'm thinking to myself, I need someone who shares my religion and who can actually speak about it, so this is going to be good for progress. But Rosales gives a speech about snacks and friends and even mentions Maria's new peg leg, which made her blush a little bit. But unfortunately the jubilee was considered pretty boring by those who participated, but hey, we're trying here, okay? Pretty unexpected, a wanderer named Moth comes strolling into our colony in the evening. She had nowhere to go, and I thought, why not give it a shot? And let me tell you, that was the best decision I have made all day. This girl can shoot, she can hit hard, she had mad artsy skills, and she got 11 points in plans. Which means we can now grow the psychot that Tiny needs so desperately. You know, sometimes you just gotta roll the dice and hope for the best. But today was also the day Tiny decides to go on an insulting spree. And let's just say it didn't end very well for her. She goes and insults Rosales, who's not only the leader of our colony, but also of our religion, and she's also in a really bad mood. And before you know it, Tiny gets slapped across the face with a fishing rod that Rosales just used. But being a strict but fair leader, Rosales brings Tiny back into the hospital. Another quest comes our way asking us to take care of a pet capybara for 17 days. No big deal, it won't be running around, it just needs a little bit of TLC. I accept it for Maria's honor. It should be an easy quest considering we got more than enough vegetables for now. But oh boy, the low female drone situation in our colony is really starting to get to people. Our new colonist Moth is the next one to start an insulting spree, but she manages to avoid getting beaten up this time. To distract Moth a little bit, I decided to set up a bill for sculptures to be made. We haven't invested any time into this until now, and it might be a perfect opportunity to foster her skills as an artisan. Thanks to the drone, Rosales fell into a state of daze. I really hope its influence will be over soon. I can't have another tantrum month like the last one, not now that we made so much progress. I spotted a few horses spawning next to our colony, and I thought to myself, well, in case we ever need to travel, it would be nice to have some spare horses on hand, and plus if we start breeding them, we can sell them for a pretty penny. Unfortunately, all the horses that spawned are already a little on the older side, so we will have to keep the younger offspring. It is also about time to start micromanaging the moods of our colonists a little. With the new ideology DLC, we can do this by giving people their favorite colors to wear. I start this process one by one and start with Moth, who's having the hardest time right now. Next up, I need to make Victor a little bit happier. He's not a fan of his bedroom, so I decided to spruce it up a little bit and smoothing out the walls. I don't want to go too crazy though, because we got a jealous colonist who would flip their lid if they saw what I was doing. The next Manhunter pack hits the colony, and this time it's a pack of angry boom rats, and I'm so grateful that I upgraded the main trap to stone. I quickly realized that I need to improve the zoning of the colony before the boom rats attack us. I wanted to make the whole inner part of the colony accessible as a safe zone, because it also helps during raids that the packs actually go through the open trap entrance. And as I suspected, the rats run straight into the traps. I just got a brilliant idea how to boost my plants. I want to put down a growth light that's under like a rooftop tile. For that, I need a generator because I do not want to run a cable through the entire base. So I tell the colonists to dig out a little room in the hill opposite of the colony. Once that was done, Maria placed the generator in there and we put a roof on top. Next, we get a quest asking us to take care of some pesky timber wolves that were annoying the Shattered Empire. We agree for a rope, honor, and some silver. Before the timber wolves arrive, we also attempt another leader speech, which turned out to be actually quite encouraging. So Rosales is able to give leadership speeches after all. The two timber wolves arrive on the map, and all I had to do was keep some colonists outside so they would trigger the hunting on the wolves, and they would run straight into the traps. Easy peasy. At this point, we're actually not picky. Timber wolf will make a good meal as well. And thanks to the quest being fulfilled, Maria got her honor with the Empire, and she also got silver and a rope for her. I decided that if she wants to be a Psycaster, then she needs all the Psycaster stuff anyway. Oh, Randy, it looks like we had a little excitement today with all those cargo pods dropping, Randy sent me a bunch of unfertilized eggs, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Owning riches in eggs also means that I can start building my throne in the Great Kitchen, because some silly quest said I need a throne. I never thought to be a queen, but I guess it's quite acceptable. My grow light situation is a bit of a shell lock. I can't tell if it's working or not because my plants are getting the same boost inside and outside the radius. Looks like I might have executed it the wrong way. But hey, it worked in the previous playthrough. Maria's getting a new look. I'm sending her back to the styling table to dye her new robe and give her a new hairdo. She has been bought before and I don't want her to feel excluded. The miasma pillars are at it again, raiding us with a waster and a demon dude. I wouldn't have minded keeping the waster, but they both ran straight into the traps and died instantly. The look left behind wasn't excellent, especially since the gun was biocoded and no one else can use it. But at least the raid is over and we're done with it. And yes, I'm going to stop with the egg puns. Now it's time to get our green thumbs dirty. I just planted another grow zone under the grow light, and this time for cotton. It's a bit boring, but we need it for all those fancy mods and crafts in here. I also made sure to put some till soil under it. Hopefully it will take root. Speaking of taking root, we had a visitor drop by and give us some medicine as a gift. I guess it's better than nothing, considering that he was pretty disappointed with our guest beds, aka sleeping spots on the floor. Next up, we got a new colonist wanting to join our little community. Her name is Dela Cruz, and she's looking to join us permanently. I've accepted her request and she's not too terrible. She got 4 passions in art, melee, mining and crafting, which could come handy in the future. We'll have to start specializing people anyway at some point, and her traits are a little bit awkward, but I think we can work around it. Well, it was a wild and crazy day at the colony, and now we have a sneaky little Varg sneaking around looking for a tasty human snack. Luckily, I had my trusty sidekick Maria around, armed with her trusty rifle. She thought she had the upper hand, but that sneaky Varg got a jump on her and chomped on her like a human burrito. But like a true superhero, Victor came to the rescue and took down the Varg. With all the chaos, Rosales decided to throw another Harmony Jubilee, And let me tell you, the mood was electric despite the solar flare. Victor finally mustered up the courage and talked to Rosales, and I'm pretty sure it was the corpse in the corner of the room that really sealed the deal. Victor finally decided to break free from his old flame Tabitha and set his sights on the new leader in the town. I mean, when you know what you like, you know what you like. But let's just say Rosales better watch out, because it seems like Victor has one type: powerful and strong leaders. Maria is recovering in the hospital, but she's already planning her revenge on the darn Vargs. Victor, high on endorphins, decided to schedule a conversion ritual. Chili, our resident doctor and social butterfly and psychopath, seemed to be the perfect candidate for the sous chef role. I mean, he's a great leader too, but we need someone to help convert people to our religion right now. And would you believe it? The ritual was successful and Chili was fully convinced to join our religion. Talk about a big step. Even I had to read it twice to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. Not wasting any time, we retired Victor as a sous chef, no hard feelings Victor, and made Chili the new moral leader. And let me tell you, a psychopath without moral boundaries is really the best person, being a moral guide of a religion. Now we can start converting our colonists and spreading the word of the snacko. So what has just happened? Well, let's see. We had a sneaky little Varg trying to snack on some colonists. Maria got chomped on like a burrito. Victor saved the day. Rosales threw a harmony jubilee. Victor finally talked to Rosales. They're now a couple. Chili joined the religion. Victor got retired as a sous chef. And Chili became the new moral leader as a psychopath. All one day's work in the colony. The next and also last episode in this little series will conclude how's the story of Friends Are Snakes ending. If you want to find it out, keep an eye on the channel. Leave a sub, because then you're not going to miss out on the last episode that's gonna get released soon. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!